Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a wonderful Thursday afternoon for some Rocket League for the CMS region. This is the fall 2024 season for VESL, Arties, Andy, and Trey, along for the ride here for another day of soccer. It should be a good one.
Yep, one of my favorites. I know we're probably not supposed to say what our favorites are, but probably college football and Rocket League because they're the easy ones, right?
I'm pretty sure you could probably go back in every single broadcast we did every single Wednesday, and I'm sitting there saying, like, how cracked I'm getting for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah, no, we could play favoritism. It's totally fine. Just as long as it's not for a school, we're not breaking any rules. We definitely have our favorite schools. Anyway, with that being said, again, Rocket League is a very tenured esport, very, very beloved across every single country, across the entirety of the globe. It has taken the world by storm. Very simplistic to understand. Just got to get the ball into the goal, score more than your opponent. Simplistic in a nutshell. But you can always get a lot better as for every single esport. And we actually have Chief Beef, a very, very high-level professional Rocket League player, making all these weekly content videos for us so that we can help you all, our competitors, get much, much better. Here's a little bit more information about where you can find it.
We've hired 4 pro esports coaches to train you in 4 different game titles for free. We're bringing you exclusive world-class advice from the best players in the world. Learn from pro Overwatch player Jake, known for his versatility across multiple heroes and consistent top-tier performance. Or refine your Smash Bros. Knowledge with The Buzz, renowned for his consistent tournament success and high-profile victories. Cover strategy with 11-time Madden champion Drini, one of the youngest and most dominant competitors in the Madden esports scene. Need help locking down your aerials? Try Rising Star Chief Beef's course on competitive Rocket League. Whether you're a filthy casual or a seasoned tryhard, get 8 straight weeks of exclusive expert game knowledge crafted for you every Friday, with the first videos dropping October 11th. That's 32 total videos covering everything you need to know about your favorite games, from fundamentals to high-level strategy. You'll learn positioning and teamwork, defensive and offensive strategy, practice routines, game sense, communication, mental and emotional resilience, all the way down to analyzing meta and adapting to change. Everyone has something to learn and enjoy, and these courses are completely free. So what are you waiting for? Go to thenotwork.org/register to sign up and get access to these courses every Friday.
It's just a really cool thing for everybody to take advantage of. I mean, learning from one of the best Rocket League players that still competes at this very point in time, and not to mention how Chief Beef is also leading in the opening category as well with all his videos.
Yeah, top-tier Rocket League player, top-tier name. So tune into the Chief Beef videos.
It's him, Chief Beef. Yeah, it should be a very good time. Again, I don't play that much Rocket League, but still going through and trying to learn more just about the esport in general. Like, you can just see the passion in his eyes when he's describing everything as well, because Rocket League, within a nutshell, it's not as intricate if you stay on the ground. But when we get into our opening matchup here between Myers Park and Audrey Kale, their A team, I'm sure that we're going to be able to see some nuances, aka some acrobatics.
Yeah, there will be very little time spent on the ground for these guys, I'm assuming. That's where I stay, so it's always fun watching them do all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's also like certain nuances that come into the game as well. Being able to rotate, boost control, all of that is very important, and Chief Beef goes over all of these things in his videos. I mean, we're already up to week number 3, so you should have about 4 videos to be able to intake. There's a lot that you can learn. But Myers Park, Audrey Kale A should be getting underway here very, very shortly. But Myers Park is one of those things that we've seen quite a bit of them. Very, very big school. Audrey Kale, very tenured school as well. They have been around for quite some time. For sure.
Typically see them at the top of the leaderboard and coming in a little bit late here, but it looks like Audrey Kale, well, we'll get to see the replay. Puts up their first goal here. Who's that put that in? Roly-poly?
Yeah. So, within the first minute, too. 57 seconds if you're nerdy about it, but opening break here for Audrey Kale immediately just shoves it over towards Myers Park's side of the field. Gang and Friends is a name that we have seen for Myers Park, and Dioxys as well are 2 very good individuals to keep your eye on. If you are a fan of Myers Park, go for Audrey Kale. You can really just pick of the litter. Any one of them can pop off.
And if I remember some of the Myers Park matches, it seemed like they played really good defense. So curious if I remember that correctly. But if it's true, you'll see them play pretty good defense, and then they'll wait for their openings, and they'll take advantage of those openings pretty often. So although the ball may be on their side of the field, don't always count them out.
Little demo comes through on Roly-Poly. Is back up and playing the game. But yeah, I mean, scoring the first goal early means that you can just play rather defensively. You would make the argument surely, but Dioxys, last time that we casted Myers Park on stream, was that guy. Albeit losing their previous matchup last week, was still very integral to the success of Myers Park. Looking to make a little bit of a difference here. Ball's going to be centered, set up wonderfully for a goal in towards the back of the orange net. Will not be scored by Myers Park. And now a breakaway moment, potentially. Nope, just broke it up again.
Yeah, and that's kind of an example of what I was talking about, right? Like the ball staying on the blue side, and then you get a couple shots on goal, like out of nowhere. So looking at those windows of time is Myers Park, and a lot of times able to take advantage of it. Somebody gets exploded there.
Yeah, Creeper will be demoed. Should be back up here in a moment's notice. The ball is still on their side of the field. Dioxys looking for a little bit of play forward. Just trying to shove it straight into the corner. No Mega Boost to try to eat up there, so we'll have to, suffice to say, use the small one and just reset with the rest of their teams. Gang of Friends looking for a little bit of a break-off moment. Not enough boost to follow that one through as the ball is, again, shoved to AK side.
Was that a teammate there that flew in and kind of stole the ball from him?
It looked like it for a second.
Kind of funky. Nonetheless, ball back on the Myers Park side of the field here. Centered up, but looks like they have control of it.
Gang
Oh,
of Friends
nice
looking for a
plays.
play. Sends it right back towards AK's left pocket. Won't be able to get any follow-up as well. Nobody else from MP were downfield to try to take advantage of the situation, but the ball gets centered again. Yay, looking for the clear. We send it back towards the goal. Could have been a disastrous opportunity, but turned into a glorified one now for Audrey Kale, but broken up by Myers Park.
That was so close to being a goal. That was a little bit further ahead there. That was a free open goal, but luckily Myers Park in good position to stop it there.
A lot of defense being exemplified from both of these two teams. You're seeing a lot of clanks mid-air, which is why there's a lot of demos happening on both sides of the field, but Myers Park time is starting to run low. Haven't seen a ball into the back of the net since 4 minutes and 3 seconds was on the clock, and if you can do the math, that's been some quite time ago. So here comes the pressure now. Myers Park unable just to nestle the ball into the back of AK's net. It's still existing on AK's side of the field, and Dioxys gets a nice little interception play here. Can he get the centering? No. Broken up again. Boger with an opportunity. Sets up midfield. Potentially for Dioxys to come flying on in as the ball gets centered once again, but Roly-Poly's just here, just making sure that the defense is sound. Making sure that the ball does not go into the back of the net, and now here comes for a potential clear, but Dioxys was able to move downfield. Can you get the centering? No, the defense for Make is just too good.
Yeah, but still a lot of pressure from Myers Park, but ball ends up getting cleared here.
30 seconds remaining now. Creeper.
Oh, so many people in position there, but nobody could get the touch on the ball.
Yeah, no centering. Creeper is just going for a little bit of a ball hog moment. Yay needed that Mega Boost, so wasn't really in a favorable position to try to set the ball up for either Roly-Poly or Ye to try to go for the interception play, but ball moved in towards Audrey Kell's side of the field. Again, it realistically felt ever since that first goal, the ball has existed on Audrey Kell's side of the field, but still needs to get to the back of the net. 3 seconds remain. Creeper looking for the stall out. He's forcing Myers Park's hand. The ball just needs to touch the ground, and nobody's going to get there in time. And Audrey Kell are going to win the opening game 1-0.
Yeah, just right out the gate, they put that goal, and then Myers Park was unable to do anything. I'm curious here. It's only 4 shots on goal, surprisingly, from AK. So many shots by Myers Park. It looked like they were actually the more aggressive team. So not really lining up with the defensive team that I thought that they were, and just not able to secure the goal.
Yeah, you also just look at all the demos, too.
Yeah.
And to think about, like, the possession time for how long we spent in that game, albeit coming in late when Audrey Kell did score that first goal, the ball was always on their side of the field. Yeah. So the pressure, to your point, was always there. And they also had ample opportunities at power plays. So very tough to try to dissect some of like where the issues would occur, but just because you have the ball on one side of the field, you need to try to center it for your teammates. It could also be a boost control thing. I wasn't paying too much attention to the boost management out of Myers Park, who I'm sure were feeling very desperate off of Audrey Kell scoring within the first minute.
Yeah, for sure, and maybe that was the little bit of the mental checkout, the goal happening so quickly and it throwing them off, but they clearly were keeping up the pressure there, and I think that if they keep playing the same style of game, you're eventually going to get a goal, right? You just made one little slip-up, it seems like, against AK here. Early in the game. So no biggie. You're still in this game. Just keep doing what you're doing, I think, if you're Myers Park.
Absolutely the case. So game 2 should be getting underway here very, very shortly. And without further ado, let's get on into it. So Audrey Kell, 1-game lead after winning game number 1, 1-0. Lots of ones, lots of zeros. Binary fan, eat your hearts out. So again, the ball immediately forced over towards Audrey Kell's side of the field. And it's not going to get centered, but yay. Actually just gets a little nudge right there. There was a defender in place, but that's an own goal.
Yeah, I don't know I mean, maybe a little bit on Gang and Friends. Maybe he was, nope, I was going to say maybe he tried to bounce it off the car there, but yeah, just unfortunate for AK there, a little bit on goal. Now we're seeing the exact opposite, right? Myers Park scoring right out the gate, so putting a lot of pressure on AK here to answer to this. And if Myers Park keeps up the pressure that they had in that first game, then this is going to be pretty tough for AK here.
So, early doors. Goal scored within the first 17 seconds. Doesn't mean that roly-poly
Wow.
won't just slam it down in towards Myers Park's net. Look at this play again. Just the boost control. Nice little nudge off the wall. Soft top with the tires and right into the net. No defender inside.
Yeah, that's just next level stuff there. Going up into the air, passing the ball to yourself, getting your assist. Does he get an assist for that too? He should.
It just gets everything. No assistance required off of the previous 2 goals, so there was an imposter among us with Ye. We'll have to see where the ice may break next, as we have a tie game with still within the first minute.
Yeah, and that's huge for AK, tying it up so quickly like that. So just a barn burner here, back and forth.
Ball looking to get centered, still on Audrey Kell's side, but Diox is too far forward in their approach, so won't really be able to take advantage of it. Creeper gonna shut the ball down. Dioxys tried shoving it into the back of the net's throat, but demolition will occur. Gang and Friends trying to go for a little bit of a play. Intercepted from the player and the goalie there for AK. As again, the ball just existing on AK's side of the field, and we know how good their defense can be from that game 1.
Gang and Friends coming there, almost getting that cleanup, but ends up AK clearing the ball back to the Myers Park side here. They got a little bit of offensive pressure happening.
Oh,
ball
no.
centered up.
Oh, that was almost disastrous. If Ye was in a better position to maybe try to tap that ball in for the defense, Dioxys will be there for the save.
Oh.
Just right over top of Dioxys, who runs out of boost, but the ball goes a little bit wide. Ye's there for the interception. Boost incredibly low for everybody on Myers Park, and they desperately need it as well. Gang and Friends is the only one with boost at this juncture of time, but is at least able to clear the ball. Was Boger from the previous opportunity. Gang and Friends trying to go for the chase. AK trying to set up for a nice little play. Ye's turn. Roly-poly did it first, but runs out of boost. Does not keep the ball high enough as we continue to jostle for position.
Man, just, was that Creeper? Creeper just keeping the ball over there, like basically by himself that whole time. I don't know if he was stalling for time or what was going on there, but if he had some help maybe, could have been dangerous.
Very awkward touches midfield. Just looking for a little bit of an opportunity. Yeah, Gang and Friends actually, let's tap doors there with Boger and their teammates. A little bit of a ball chasing mishap for Myers Park, but still able to get the ball clear. Creeper trying to intercept what Boger's setting up. A nice little juggle play in towards the corner. Trying to play for the center, but a defender is there.
Yeah, just dribbling it right downfield, but nothing to see happening there. Gang and Friends on the defense here.
Oh, Boger. Nice defense coming through for MP. 2 minutes has now passed ever since we actually saw those opening first 2 goals, and it's just been a game of defense all over again. Ye's in a position to try to sneak that ball in. Was going to go wide regardless, but still Dioxys there for the touch and a long-range shot all the way downfield, just a bit outside. Gets nudged, but it's recentered for a teammate. Can anybody take advantage of this? Boger was in position. Dioxys didn't actually get a mega boost, so they can't re-enter the play until they get the side panel one. But still, the ball unable to get into the back of the net. Boger ends up getting demoed on AK's side. That means that they can take advantage of this power play, move it downfield, but Dioxys again there for the interception, sends it back to AK's side.
So many close opportunities there. They got to be so frustrated that that ball didn't get punched through, but it comes through here with Gang and Friends coming up with the follow-up. It looked like that ball came off of an orange car, and then Gang and Friends just read that. Is that what happened?
Yeah, we'll see it from Boger's perspective.
He just came from off the wall. That was an insane play there by Gang and Friends.
Yeah, we saw it from Boger's perspective. Gang and Friends coming in and touching it with the tires, which is a very different touch to the ball than if you touch it with a different part of the car, a fender, a bumper, you name it. It hits a lot harder
God,
than
Gang and Friends.
a tire, but how about all just hood bumps there? Gang and Friends, more just like a simple one-man army as he scores back-to-back goals in about 25 seconds.
I'm seeing a lot of the off-the-wall passes to yourselves. I guess that's more of a high-level strat, but it seems to be super effective, at least here in these matches.
It's a lot of that, just the practicing and training that Rocket League actually has built into their game client. Here comes Dioxys for another play forward. Gets broken up by at least 2 defenders. 60 seconds remain. Audrey trail by 2. You don't want to count them out at all. Dioxys there, trying to go for a breakout play, but didn't exactly have any backup at all as the defense was there. But again, Gang and Friends, who is just feeling white hot, sets up the center, but yay, there for the defense.
Boger's just barely off there on that cleanup. Nobody in the goal, but here comes Boger. Oh, no, Boger.
He just missed it. Oh, no. Hey, you're still up by 1, but we'll see this from Roly-Poly's perspective. Yeah, Juke's the first defender. The second defender comes flying in like a wombat. And Boger actually got the tap there, but definitely not the touch they were looking for.
Right, just a little bit of a bad touch there by Boger. I was just about to say that he was coming in for a clutch little save there, but just unfortunate roll off of his car. See there again, like bouncing it off the wall, trying to get that goal, but not coming through that time.
20 seconds to score 1. That'll force us to overtime. And once we get there, it's the first to score, but we got to get there first. Dioxys, nice touch. A demo actually comes through. Back-to-back demos. The first demo set up the play. The second demo concludes the play. Wow, what a play from Dioxys. Look at this. Forward momentum. I don't even think he was going to be there in time to touch the ball regardless, but that just looks sick.
And that was such a little juke play that he had there. He started going the ball to the left, but then he just barely touches it to the right. And obviously AK is going to have to score immediately, but Gang and Friends instead scores.
Gang and Friends. Yeah, so this is setting up to be a tied-up series. I mean, talk about a statement in game number 2. Gang and Friends has put up a Herculean effort in this game number 2, but whether it was orchestrated to be it or not, for that 4th goal was harmonious, to say the least. 8 seconds remain. Audrey would have to do something impressive that I don't think has ever existed in Rocket League, but once the ball touches the ground, we will be talking more about game number 3 and how well Gang and Friends played this game number 2.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm curious to see these stats here once they pop up from Gang and Friends. 667 total score there. I mean, 5 shots on goal. But, I mean, also Dioxys, 5 shots on goal for him as well. They're just putting on the pressure there. And this is what I think we more so saw in the previous week with Myers Park, is Boger maybe taking that more defensive role. And maybe that's what led to the 3-score lead here, is Boger sort of staying back a little bit and keeping an eye on everything and making sure that everything looks good, playing some good defense, leading to goals on offense for Gang and Friends and Dioxys.
Yep, some pretty stark differences here, but also just pretty close. You look at the shots on goal. I mean, it's just 3 shots more for Myers Park. Audrey did a good job at just kind of oppressing Myers Park, but to your point there, it was realistically only just like one player. There wasn't really much follow-up. We saw break-off plays coming through from Roly-Poly. Ye also had a really good moment there. Creeper with some good stalls, but it seems that Myers Park just on a macro level got the game figured out.
Yeah, I think it maybe is what I'm saying. I think maybe the Boger sort of has adjusted his positioning in this game, and it's making it much more difficult for AK to score. So we're going to have to see maybe some adjustments here from AK to deal with that. But nonetheless, obviously still in the game here.
Yep. So we are guaranteed to go 4. Again, Rocket League, you see there at the top of the screen, is a best of 5. So game number 3 should be starting off here very, very shortly. I do hear a couple Octanes revving up their engines, and that is absolutely the case. So game number 3 underway. A big swing game here, if you ask me. Tied up 1 apiece, and what a break-off. Yay. Able to get that touch off the rip. Within the first 3 seconds, it was just the initial hit off of Dioxys' hood. What the geometry was that?
I mean, AK clearly has something figured out here on the breaks, because what, two of their 3 goals have been on breaks like that. So,
and we keep like one-upping ourselves. In game number 1, the only goal that was scored was in 57 seconds. The next one, 17 seconds. This one, 3. So I don't even know how you can beat that, because it does take a certain amount of seconds just to touch the dang ball. But Audrey Kelp with a big statement early. Myers Park looking to respond.
Yeah, and Myers Park, I think, still just got to keep what you're doing. Maybe figure out a little bit something, whatever AK's doing on those opening breaks. But I'm trying to keep an eye on Boger here to see if maybe he's sticking back a little bit. Yeah, I see Gang and Friends. Boger's back there doing the captain thing, probably keeping an eye out on everything. Letting Gang and Friends and Dioxys do Gang and Friends and Dioxys things.
The ball in the past 2 games has spent more on the blue side. Here comes the break-off, though. Gang and Friends, he didn't have all the boosts to try to go for an acrobatic move, did he? So it gives Audrey a moment of reprieve. Maybe try to reset this ball. Intercepted again, go Creeper. Oh, no, Creeper. That's an open
And
goal.
yeah.
It's so easy. Just a small little juke. You don't have to be flashy. You just got to get the right touch.
And I'm telling you, I think that's the difference here, because I saw Boger come in to try to make a play there, and he was just a little bit out of position, and that immediately leads to the AK goal. So I think that Boger's a little bit of the X factor here. Just playing that super strong defense for the most part.
Still plenty of ball game left. Oh, yay? Where did you just come from, my friend? Oh, it's centered perfectly.
Oh, no.
Oh, there was a defender right above the goal looking for the clear. And you'll see it here from Ye's perspective. Gets that touch. The defender just barely misses. Gang of Friends was stuck inside the net. And it's just an easy follow-up there for Roly Poly off of a wonderful centered ball.
AK has turned up the pressure here. I mean, 3 goals, a minute and a half. Myers Park's going to have to do something here. They're going to have to start putting on a lot of pressure, maybe having Boger push up a little bit.
You know, typically when we have a best of anything series, we see, like, blow for blow in the game. But, like, Myers Park made a statement in game number 2. Audrey Kale is making one here in game number 3. And it could be the momentum shift. We've seen this happen through the many weeks of play that teams, stamina-wise, kind of fall off around game number 4. It's all about a game of consistency. Or it could just be a game about Gang and Friends, who does get broken up there from a potential breakout play. Dioxys is there for the touch. Gang and Friends rotates all the way back to the goal because, well, Boger's all the way downfield. No play to be had. Yay, looking to bring it all the way downfield. With the juke, gets the setup, but nobody was there for AK for the follow-up. Gets demoed and set.
And that was Boger, right? Boger playing that insane defense, man. Got three guys from AK in the goal here. It's going to be difficult to score. Maybe.
Centered. Oh, he missed.
Oh.
Gang and Friends, though, gets the ball in time. He gets an awkward bump from Boger, who just wants to get back into the goal. It's their main mission, just to be in the goal for the defense. A demo comes through. It's a power play on Myers Park's side. Back up into the mix is Dioxys. Not a whole lot of boost to be speaking of, but Audrey Kell still maintaining possession on the other side of the field.
Yeah, it looks like probably going to get a clear here from Myers Park.
Audrey Kell just keeping it, just stalled. And how about this? Got to try to get that touch if you are Boger. Does ever so slightly, but it's actually centered. I guess suffice to say, Roly Poly doesn't have enough boost to make a play happen in either of those, yay. It mostly comes down to Creeper on defense, and Boger, he's quickly realizing this. Goes for a little flip, tries to go for the center. Gang and Friends trying to get the angle on the goal, trying to touch it into Dioxys, misses it wide. Dioxys trying to backpedal towards the net. Gang and Friends is here as well. Intercepts the play, but a lot of AK members still hanging around the joint.
That was almost a perfectly executed play by Myers Park there. The third card just barely missing what would have probably finished a goal there. And they're going to have to put something on the board here quickly as it's time slowly ticking away. Got a minute and a half left on the clock, and they're down 3 goals here.
Yeah, need a Gang and Friends masterclass. What we saw there in about a minute's span. Again, scored 2 goals within 30 seconds of each of them. A little bit of that, plus a bag of chips, you'd reckon. But Roly Poly just having other ideas. That was almost a nasty angle to score a goal. Here comes Gang and Friends, trying to move it downfield. Runs out of boost. And again, Audrey Kell just so quick to rotate and clear the ball once again.
Yeah, and like we've seen a million times before, Boger here for the defensive stand, pushing for the clear, but ball stays on Myers Park's side.
Boger gets back in towards the defensive position. Dioxys used all of their boosts just to get the ball downfield, but AK just quick on the rotate. And now Gang and Friends, as well as Dioxys, are kind of going for the same boost, and that left Dioxys kind of in a drought. No boost whatsoever. Still able to at least get the clear, and the defense was superb, but 30 seconds remain. Looking for the goal, almost able to get it in towards the corner. Creeper unable to do so. Gang and Friends trying to clear it downfield. Again, denied. Here comes Boger off the touch. That almost looked like it was going in. And Gang and Friends might have just intercepted from his own teammate, but it's still 12 seconds remain to try to score 3 goals. If you can tell by the canter of my voice, doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough sell here for Myers Park, but we're going back and forth here, so momentum has shifted once already. It can definitely shift again.
Here comes the touch, the clear from Ye. Nobody in blue will get there in time. And AK make an absolute barn burner of a statement. Again, like they scored 1 goal within the first minute of game number 1, only scored 2, losing by 3 in game number 2. But how about a blowout 3-0 for game 3?
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the stats here, pretty even across the board for AK. Seems like everybody's just kind of doing everything. So many shots on goal for Myers Park, but just nothing going through.
Yeah, I think that there was a certain overheating moment for Myers Park coming away from that game number 2, and then Adrikel soon realized, like, look, if we could just stop Gang and Friends from these breakout plays and stop Dioxis from the follow-up, then they're realistically seeing the same thing that we are, and it's just Boger all over the back of the net with full boost. And yeah, I think it's just Myers Park kind of tripping over each other, where Adrikel are, having their own breakaway moments, but as you say, just doing everything together. One goal that they scored was assisted off a Ye, which was just absolutely beautiful. It was roly-poly that was able to get the final touch, but I think Adrikel are starting to get a little bit of a download going. But Game 4, much like Game 3, is a fickle beast. Could be very, very different MPA, though. Trying to at least force us to a game number 5. These two teams have been so close all series long.
For sure. And I think to flip the script here a little bit for Myers Park, if you want, you need to just maybe get the shots just a little bit further closer to the goal, because there's so many shots on goal. And I did see a lot of saves come through there, but I think a lot of them probably were also just barely missed. And here, that one's not barely missed. Free goal.
Wow. And Dioxis had no boost for this play. Watch this again. Gang and Friends gets the touch. Dioxis just jumps up. Roly-Poly, who had all of the boosts to this side of the Mississippi, does not get high enough, and the ball just kind of gets right over their forehead in towards the back of the goal. So doesn't beat the 3-second mark, but 6 is still respectable.
And that's definitely exactly what you want if you're Myers Park, right? Going a whole match there, or a whole game without scoring a goal, and then in the first couple seconds you're on the board here with the lead. So, and I think that probably plays more to Myers Park's play style if I'm taking a stab here. Just playing the slower game. But nonetheless, they're going to rock with this lead for a bit.
AK back to what AK did all throughout that game number 3, possessed the ball on the blue side of the field. Gang and Friends looking for a breakout play. Misses it. Boger there to swat it away, but re-swat is amazing out of AK, who are running out of boost. Creeper has the majority of it. Ye's there for the sending back towards the Myers Park side of the field, but still trying to make an argument on who's supposed to touch the ball, and it allows Roly-Poly to get a very aggressive position to make sure that it stays on the blue side.
Uh-oh. Dangerous.
Oh, just barely gets out of the goal. I want to say like 89% of that Rocket League ball was in that goal. It was so close to being scored, it is not even funny, but cleared nonetheless.
Wow, and I wonder who got that final touch on that ball to clear that out there, but Myers Park with the pressure now on AK here.
So patient out of Roly-Poly. I mean, don't go for the straight-up play. Try to make sure your teammates get enough time to get the boost, but out of Myers Park to reset themselves.
Gosh.
But
oh my gosh, that was insane.
Dioxis, nice little timing there to come in for the last little touch after Gang and Friends got a door touch. And yeah, I don't even think that AK, like, we're understanding what even Gang and Friends was going for.
Yeah, I mean, perfectly placed the ball there. There was one person in position to stop it, but he booped him out of the way and left a free wide open goal for his teammate there. That was super clutch.
All right, so 2-0 lead. 3 minutes remain. Still plenty of ball game left. Ball again, just existing on AK's side. This is very reminiscent of game number 2. Like to see what Adrikel can do in response. Just kind of tripping over each other right now, but Gang and Friends again just eating them alive.
Yeah, with the clear there, no boost.
Oh, hello, Boger.
Oh.
That'll work. Can't get the center, though. Dioxis was midfield expecting it. AK are going to think
nice
that
touch.
they have at least a clear, but almost Boger there for the snipe. Another touch comes through. Dioxis got demoed. Will be in position to try to score, but still in a position was Gang and Friends to stay on the orange side of the field, but cleared by AK.
I always like watching the roll up the wall there, and then it didn't happen right there, but when they like center it up from the top of the wall there, it's always so impressive to me. Gang and Friends with a good stop there to keep the ball on the AK side of the field here.
Centered once again. Not a whole lot of communication, at least visibly from Myers Park, on when a play is going to be setting up for a center. How about a nice little interception play? Gang and Friends looking for another breakout. misses the Mega Boost, so has to double back to at least make sure that nobody from AK can get it, and Gang and Friends set back towards the respawn screen. We'll spawn back up with full boost. Creeper looking for a play, misses with the acrobatics, but still on Myers Park side of the field until able to get the clear there for Dioxys.
Yeah, looking like the pressure shifting a little bit here with AK on Myers Park side of the ball. Oh, I thought that was about to squeak through.
That angle is going to be a nasty one. Demo, power play now for AK.
Oh,
Dioxys
nice
back.
touch.
Gang and Friends has more than enough boost to stop that play in its tracks. 1 minute and 28 remain.
So now a lot of pressure on the Myers Park side of the ball here. The demolitions are just coming in left and right here now.
Power play was for Myers Park, but the ball still exists on their side of the field. Just over 60 seconds remain. And AK desperately would love to score a goal now to make this more feasible, to potentially close it out in 4. That doesn't exactly help out your Accords if the ball is still stuck on your side of the field. And how about this shot?
Oh, wow.
All the way downfield. A nice little touch comes through. And Boger plays a little bit more than defense. He also plays the long game.
I swear, it's like watching him play with my little knowledge. I feel like he's a free safety out there, just watching the field, waiting for his opportunities. And then he gets one like that, and he just sinks it home and puts a 3-0 lead here on AK. Looking good for Myers Park.
Gang and Friends was a part of the breakoff, misses the ball. Audrey Kell did have 2 going for it, and we're trying to jostle for position on Myers Park's side of the field. 48 seconds to score 3 goals becomes that much less doable, especially when you got angles being hit like this from Gang and Friends. Who gets the swat down, the soft touch. Gets denied to try to get into the back of the goal. Here comes Dioxys, though. Angle is good. Off the backboard. Almost looked like it had some spin as it just fell gracefully into the net.
Myers Park's feeling themselves right now. It's looking like highlight reels out there.
Myers Park, even game numbers so far have been their solitude. This game looking like it's going to go to a game 5. Unless somehow Audrey Kell are able to score 5 goals in the next 28 seconds. Well, there's one. I don't want to say it's not doable. I'm going to say it's improbable.
Nothing's impossible. What, we got three goals needed to be scored in 28 seconds. So.
Just to score for the overtime. Can they do it off this breakoff? Dioxys there to send the ball just straight left. Boger there for the play. Oh, he feeling himself. We'll meet roly-poly midair. Does get the clear for his team. Uses all of their boosts to do so. But how about this? Doesn't have enough boost for the ball chase, though, and that could have been problematic for Myers Park. Here comes Creeper downfield again. Can't get the touch they're looking for. 7 seconds remain. Audrey Kell need to score a goal per second, and that's just not how math works at all. This is going to go to a game 5. Myers Park, just an absolute performance and a half when it comes down to games 2 and 4.
Yeah, what is going on in this matchup right now? Blowout win by blowout win by one team, blowout win by the other team, blowout win by one team, blowout win by the other team. It's just
because it started off with a 1-0, and the first goal was scored in the first 57 seconds. We went a full 4 minutes with no goals, 5-2.
Yeah.
Shutout, 3-0, and then a 4-1.
Like, what the heck?
As an analyst, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're countering each other so well right now. You don't see that very often, but let's see what we got going on here. Dioxys popping off 3 goals. But I mean,
all the shots on goal.
Yeah, Myers Park's always putting so many shots on goal up, and just able to capitalize on them in this game.
I think the biggest difference in between games 3 and 4 for me for Myers Park is that, like, in the game 2 win, a lot of that was Gang and Friends, and Dioxys was like following up on quite a bit of it. But in this game number 4, comparatively, starkly to game number 3, we saw a lot more proactivity out from Boger specifically. The rotations were very good out of all 3 players. You're going to need all of that plus a little bit of extra should you want to take this game 5. Again, how this entire best of 5 has gone, Audrey Kell have taken 1 and 3. Myers Park have taken 2 and 4 in a blistering pace. Can they win this best of 5 series versus CMS's best?
So this one, we have to cap it off with a close one here, right? It can't be another blowout.
We might just go scoreless all the way until overtime.
Oh, that's a good touch there, but stopped by Boger.
Oh, that should offer a very unique opportunity, but not going to be the case. Creeper, the lone survivor on Audrey Kell's side, will get the clear over towards the blue side of the net. Yay! Almost able to get there for the nosedive in time, but not going to be the case at all. Roly-poly looking for the follow-up. Plenty of boosts in the net is Boger there for the clear.
I tell you, I'm voting for Boger for Defensive Player of the Year already.
Yeah. He does have like that almost middle linebacker-esque mentality. Ball sent all the way over towards Audrey Kale. Their side of the field is Dioxys is going to try to find that mega boost, but it just has not spawned yet. Comes Boger, who got all the way back over towards MP's side. Full boost. Trying to play off the wall. Doesn't get the angle because Creeper off in an amazing clear. Dioxys, though, in the right place at the absolute right time there for the clear as well. We'll have a demolition. Ye will be spawning back up here very, very shortly. Roly-poly trying to make a play happen, but ain't got no boost. That's a good luck, have fun moment, but Ye's here. Does have full boost. Here comes the ball chase out of Creeper, who just respawned, and still juggling the ball on their side of the net, but a whole lot has happened for not a whole lot of game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a stalling there on the AK side, but nonetheless, a lot of pressure from Myers Park here.
Ye trying to swat it down for a centering opportunity for Roly-Poly, but I mean, Gang and Friends is just playing 5D chess. The way he was juggling that ball with a soft touch midair for the reset as well for the jump.
So
Ye looking for a breakout. Doesn't have the boost though, so can't really follow that one up. Roly-Poly though, the center. Nobody was in a position to try to get that besides the defensive player, and now Dioxys getting a taste of the opposite as they run out of boost. Just sends the ball towards AK's side, keeping them honest. 2 minutes and 40 remain.
Boger out there putting a little bit of pressure on.
Centered, touched, Dioxys, clear. Boger does have enough boost to be able to deny that goal from being scored, but how about Roly-Poly and just being in the right position to stop that ball from getting touched? But here comes Gang and Friends off the soft touch. Denied. A wonderful save out of AK, who now send it back towards MP side.
MP was trying to catch up there, and ultimately were able to catch up and make the stop.
Oh, see, this is what I'm talking. You had two different defenders, almost the third there for Myers Park. They're kind of tripping over themselves, but Gang and Friends is there for the bailout. Just a real sound strategy, just making sure that Creeper's not part of the defensive play. A lot more pressure for Dioxys to maybe try to find some more value, but he didn't have enough boost. Boger sent back towards their side of the field, but that's where they feel most comfortable. Gang and Friends trying to make sure that the ball can stay on AK's side. Still scoreless, and we are down to the minute 40 mark.
Yeah, like we said, the last one's got to be close, I guess. So much good defense coming through here from both sides. Probably playing a little bit more safe, knowing that this is the deciding game here.
Really good play there for Creeper. Just send it right back into the wall. That's for his teammates on the rotation. Maybe trying to make an offensive onslaught. Gets back towards the midfield. Mega Boost is available in towards the corner, and well, gets demoed for their worth. Almost able to get intercepted there for Roly-Poly. But Ye wasn't in a position, nor did they have enough boost to maybe try to make a play happen off of that, and still is just running dry when it comes down to the boost. Creeper off the respawn block. Able to come back down towards the Myers Park side of the field, who clear the ball wonderfully, looking for a breakout play. Not going to happen. Gang of Friends, plenty of boost to try to make something happen here as 1 minute remains.
Yeah, coming down to the wire here. Looked like AK there for a little bit, was putting on the pressure a lot more. But now it seems to be flipping again. It's just back and forth between these two teams right now.
Gang and Friends trying to look for swat down. Dioxys was on the rotation from getting a boost on their side of the field, but Creeper again off the touch. Gang and Friends there for the interception. Looking to move the ball downfield. 35 seconds remain.
Yeah, this is just back and forth demo coming through here. 30 seconds left.
Ball starting to be moved over towards Myers Park side. Kale desperately looking for a goal.
Just
same can be said for Myers Park. Yeah, they basically are playing pong on both sides of this goal. 12 seconds remain. Nobody can score in this next 12 seconds. We will go overtime. 8 seconds now. Ball back over towards AK's side of the field. And they might just be playing for the overtime as well. It's exactly what Ye looks like that they're trying to do, but Boger has second thoughts. Here comes the center, but can't get the follow-up there for Dioxys. It was close. OT we go.
Ooh, playing safe almost cost them right there, it seems like. Maybe should have tried to clear that ball a little quicker, but nonetheless, here we go into overtime.
And we know how fast that they can score goals. We have seen that throughout the entirety of this best of 5. Through both of these two teams, but scoreless through a full 5 minutes, I did not have on my docket in a game of 5. I was all on my high horse talking about the stamina in between teams in game number 4. Nuh-uh. These two teams are slugging it out. Gang and Friends. No boost. Can't make a play happen. The quarter boost is available, and Gang and Friends will get control of said boost. So they do have more numbers on this side of the field. They have a higher amount of boost on all 3 of their players, but Audrey Kale just looking for the clear.
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing how these teams have just switched up their strats. Seems like just a much more aggressive strategy from both sides. Trying to get these multiple shots that they've had on goal to finally come through.
Bogert misses wildly. I think he actually just bumped Dords with his teammate. And that sets up Audrey Kell potentially for a centered ball, but not where they wanted to go. Again, ball chasing between two players there for AK sets up now Myers Park for an opportunity. Unforced errors on both sides of the game. Ball will be swatted down. Setting up for Bogert, maybe for a little bit of a play, but Gang and Friends is going to knock him out of that play. Dioxys now, the only player over here defensively, gets the mega boost, denies that from Audrey Kell, who all have 100% of their boost. Looking for a play, but Gang and Friends is looking for a play of their own. The soft touch, unable to get the reset. It's swatted away by AK.
Gang and Friends flying through the air. They're about to make a hero play to try to cinch up this game, but we're a minute and a half into overtime here, and still no score.
Ball back over towards the blue side. Yay, full boost. Looking for the touch. Gets back over towards Myers Park's side. It's getting closer and closer towards that net. Roly-poly!
Oh my.
Almost able to slide the ball in towards the back of the goal, but the defense is sound. 2 minutes into overtime, and the ball still existing on Myers Park's side. Yay with full boost. Looking for a little bit of a QT angle. Gang and Friends, Dioxys didn't have enough boost, and it all mostly came down to Boger, who misses just low from the ball, and the goal gets scored by Ye. It's a 1-0 win in game number 5, just as it was in 1, but it took 2 minutes of overtime, and Audrey Kell win 3-2.
Boger's car just very, very slightly angled the wrong way, and that's a save if he doesn't have his car, like maybe 3 degrees further, it's a save. Just, it's tell of the tape, I guess. I don't know, the story of these two teams. It's just like coming down to that is perfect.
It really is. And just look at the proactivity coming through. I mean, Gang and Friends doing a little bit more. Those 5 demos feel a little targeted, my friend, but lots of good saves, consistent shots. Myers Park actually had the majority of all shots and saves. Again, the ball spent the majority on the orange side of the field, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And it still came down to that one moment, that one opportunity. We saw Myers Park, they tripped over each other trying to go for the ball countless amounts of times, and just took that one chance for Audrey Kell to get a very good center and to catch all of Myers Park completely off guard with only one player having full boost.
Yeah, just crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, those teams just seem so evenly matched, and I'm sure that a couple of weeks from now, we're going to be seeing that matchup again, maybe in a tournament.
I really do hope so. I mean, it could also be in a LAN environment. You never really know, but you want to continue to practice, keep showing up to these matches, and upload your clips to the Network platform if you're not already there looking at Chief Beef's Rocket League coaching video. So that's our first best of 5, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know how we follow up with that one, because that was an absolute banger. But we're gonna try our best, so we're gonna throw things to a very short break. But when we come back, we do have Phillip O'Barry going up against Palisades A. Should be a good one.
obvious things are it's a space for students to game, but I think this space provides a lot of other learning opportunities and experiential learning opportunities for students. The career transfer pieces, whether you're in media, production, or you're going event management, we have an opportunity to train students to get out in the community to help us lead a lot of different esports initiatives, both locally, regionally, and nationally. Tournament hosting, sponsorships within the esports community, continuing to build our competitive edge with our student recruitment. I think that UNCG's positioned itself to really be the leaders on that forefront.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the VESL Fall 2024 season. RD's Andy and Trey along for the ride, and Rocket League, go figure, delivers bangers when it comes down to the CMS region. An absolute barn burner, map number 5 between Myers Park and Audrey Cal to start us off with. And we're going to be staying over in your neck of the woods as we get on with Phillip O'Berry versus Palisades.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to follow up here, Phillip O'Berry and Palisades, but I'm curious to see what you got. We know that Palisades, like we keep saying, always at the top of the leaderboard there. So probably going to have a good team coming in. I can't remember. I don't think we've seen Phillip O'Berry's team yet. We may have watched them. I can't remember.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, so I'm curious what they've got here up against Palisades. They're going to be tested for sure.
Yeah, Palisades again. I mean, we talk a lot about Crown yesterday when it comes down to Super Smash Brothers. Got second at States through the spring season, so expecting them to do well there. They also had a very good Valorant team through the spring season as well. Their Overwatch teams, yes, both their A and their B team are both very, very good. So we do hold Palisades on a higher pedestal, just simply being because of their tenure when it comes down to esports in general for VESL. But Phillip O'Berry, do not bat an eyelash at them. They've been hanging around for quite some time, and I'm sure that they are more than prepared to bring it to the Pumas.
Yeah, let's see what they got here.
2v2.
Interesting.
Gotta respect that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, whether one of the thirds showed up or not, that's super tippable. So we'll have to see. 2v2 does change the dynamic of how Rocket League is played. Obviously, there's a lot more boosts to go around, but your rotations do need to be on point.
Yeah, I'm assuming that, a lot more space, a lot more opportunities for goals. Probably need a little bit more communication because you don't have an extra body to cover any mistakes that potentially could happen.
Breakout plays also stick a little bit more, just like this. And how about this? Nice little center coming through.
Ooh.
No. Steven actually going to assist all of Palisades to get it away into their own territory. And Phillip O'Berry say thanks.
Yeah, some nice car play there, though, from Astro. Oh, wait, I was...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I was flipping that up.
Again, Steven,
Interesting.
who plays for Palisades, assisted that goal by, I think, trying to flip kick it into Zapine, so that way they could go for an easy goal into the blue net, but instead sent it all the way back down towards their side of the field, and Astro gets a nice little tap in. So this is a team, again, for Palisades that we have seen. Zapine is very good, but Josh on DND. Ain't no dragons in this dungeon, just balls at the back of the net.
Yeah, I see what happened there. Steven's car is like completely blue. He's one of those jokers that always get me.
I've never been more happy to be a colorblind person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I don't get tripped up over like that. I just know that one side of the field is blue and the other one is orange. We get by in just doing that. So comes Astro. Did score the first goal, albeit a little bit sneaky suspicion on an imposter of Steven. We'll get that clear. Ball chasing coming through. Both Josh and Astro going for the ball at the same time. A little scary situation, but when you're up 2-0, you can have these mistakes, I suppose.
For sure. And it looks like a lot of the pressure being applied by Phillip O'Berry here.
Ball over towards their side of the field now. Palisades just desperately trying to get a goal on the board. Josh, no boost, still gets the clear though. Zapine looking for an opportunistic surprise on trying to center up the ball there for Steven, who is midfield. Sends it back over towards the corner, and the tap comes in. Ka-chow!
It took me a second to see the goal there. I thought that you were just making a Cars reference obligatorily.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
Like, I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I've never seen Cars.
Oh, wow.
Never seen Cars.
That's classic. Gotta watch it.
Apparently. That's where that catchphrase is from.
Especially if you're a Larry the Cable Guy fan.
Absolutely. Hard not to be these days. So, at least mitigating the damage. Brings it within one. That ball is moving downfield extremely fast, but at least Zapine gets there in time. Steven there for the follow-up on the rotation. Is able to at least get the clear. Very low boost, though, on the Palisades. Zapine's just going to try to stop the ball and try to wait for his teammate to try to get in position and maybe get that goal. But here comes a little awkward angle. But in twos, nobody's going to be in a position to try to get that ball into the goal. Josh on D&D. Just trying to go for the clear and has a lot of boost. Actually hogs that mega boost away as well. And Sapine really wanted to be able to get that one. It's just Steven, realistically, that only has boost. And Astro aware of the situation. A wonderful centering there for Josh. A 3-1 lead for Phillip O'Berry.
Yeah, and I guess my prediction here is coming a little bit true. It seems like a little bit more offensive game with the 2 players opposed to the 3. You don't have that extra card blocking. They don't have anybody that can kind of sit back and be the constant guy that's watching and waiting. But interesting dynamic here, I guess, 2v2 instead of 3v3.
Don't really have that sole defender for,
yeah.
You know, you go back and you look at Myers Park, you know, you don't have a Bogert.
Right.
So, definitely a certain nuance. Ball swatted down right in front of Palisades' goal. And it's going to get clear this time around. Not a whole lot of boost to actually speak of. It's only Sapine that has the majority of the boost. Steven will also get a mega boost as well, who's looking for a clear and looking for a little bit of a center. Nice little flip play coming through, but no follow-up at all. Steven was more worried about the clear and make sure that he was in a position to try to rotate to defend the goal. But now everybody's just a little bit too late. Sapine can't get there in time. And Astro, all the way from downtown, make a 4-1 lead for Phillip O'Berry.
Yeah, Phillip O'Berry's just bringing it, right? I mean, they're just putting so much pressure and taking advantage of all the space. And, yeah, just putting it on Palisades right now.
They sure are. So, 2 minutes, 3 goals. Not out of the realms of possibility, but not really giving us a whole lot of argument to try to do so. Very good acrobatics, very good boost control for Palisades, but haven't really resulted in a lot of goals so far.
Yeah, and I think you're just going to have a lot of hero play here out of Palisades.
That ball is centered.
Oh, wow.
That ball is really centered. Wow. I mean,
I
Josh on DB. How about Josh on centering the gosh darn ball? Look at this. Just right off the backboard, Astro was watching that the whole way.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down to spacing here. Like, Palisades needs to switch something up with their spacing and maybe communication.
Good break off there for Josh, but does deny the mega boost away from Astro, who's still looking for a boost. Doesn't even matter. Nah. Josh is just that guy. Look, he even boost hogged it away from his teammate, and he still made the play.
He has a little bounce pass right into the net. Yeah, this is tough for Palisades. Minute and a half, scores 5 goals.
Or 6 for the win. Whatever's easier, I suppose. But break off is 1. Palisades send it towards POB side. And Asher is going to be right there for the swat down.
Oh,
how about a nice little soft touch for Josh on D&D, who is just running away with game number 1. What is that now, their 5th goal?
That's wild. I think Phillip O'Berry heard us singing Palisades praise, and they said, watch this.
Time to talk about the POBs instead of the Palisades, I suppose. But in the twos, they look very good. I will say that much. Obviously, when it comes down to competitive play, regional states, it will be 3v3, as it has been the entirety of the season. But have ourselves a 2v2 here regardless. Minute 15 remain, and that ball will get thrown in towards the back of the net. So step 1 in a multi-step laundry list for Palisades.
For sure. And it's just, I guess, coming down to what I was saying, just so much more space without that extra car on the field, and these hero plays and snipes and off the walls and aerials are just much easier to sink in when there's not that extra dedicated defender.
Nice little free cam shot there. Shows how the playing for the ball almost worked out for Palisades, who are really just upping the pressure so far. Demo's going to occur. Power play on this side of the field. Doesn't even matter. Zapine just somehow still gets the angle. Nobody from POV was nearby to stop that goal from happening.
They're starting to come back.
I don't call it one.
Yeah, a minute left.
But they have scored 2 goals within about 30 seconds, so.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep it up. But let's see if Phillip O'Berry can stop them here. Right out the gate, Steven putting pressure.
Oh, it's centered. Zapine? No way!
No
Didn't have enough
something?
boost.
Oh, 0 boost, literally.
Could not challenge the ball. Astro's going to get that pass all the way over towards Josh. And yeah, these two work really well together. Josh there for the center. Astro looking for the play, has full boost. Zapine just running on empty. 8th goal here for Phillip O'Berry in game 1.
Yeah, Phillip O'Berry just taking any momentum away there, deflating that balloon real quick, putting another goal on the board here.
Yes, your 2 goals in 30 seconds was cool and all, but we're just going to go ahead and make sure that this game number 1 is well too far out of the reach. I'm sure that's what POB are saying.
Yeah, and I wonder here, you know, in lots of games, you'll have like kind of your duo. I'm wondering if Astro and Josh are the duos here, and then maybe Steven or Zapine, that maybe they're one of the goalies, or like not necessarily working together quite as much, but
very possible. It'll be the macro in between Josh and Astro are superb, but Zapine with another breakaway play will at least make this game a little bit more respectable.
yeah, maybe they just needed some time to warm up too. I mean, this is game 1, right? So there's still plenty of time left. Not in this specific game.
No,
but
no, in this specific game, there's actually only 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Here comes the final countdown. Probably not going to surmount to anything, as you would have to somehow score 4 goals in 4 seconds, and that's just not how math works. That's not how Rocket League works. So the ball will touch the ground. Josh just scoots the Palisades player out of the way. And how about an 8-4 win for POB here in the opening salvo?
Yeah, big statement there coming out of Phillip O'Berry right out the gate here. What's that, 13 shots on goal to 10. I mean, not egregiously different there.
No.
Just Phillip O'Berry taking a lot more advantage of their shots on goal.
Yeah, I'll say. A lot of proactivity being utilized there. And I will say for score, a lot of shots on goal there for Steven. I think a lot of that was centered, but Zapine was clearly the savior, or almost savior, I should say, for Palisades. Not going to be good enough coming through. Maybe a little bit of a late resurgence out of Palisades, sure, but find themselves down 0-1. We'll have to see if these other 2 players will be joining the lobby to make this a full-on 3v3, or it will be continuation of the Josh and Astro masterclass. This breakoff will be telling.
For sure. Palisades here, they're going to have to figure something out. I'm not quite sure what that is yet, but ooh, that might not be that. Oh, I thought that was, yep, it squeaks in. Oh, well, here we go.
Just imagine
right
watching that from Steven's perspective. Look at Steven's position during all of this. Almost gets back in time, exhausts all of their boosts, gets to the back of the net, but can't drift around in time to try to thrust back into the ball. And you just had to watch it gingerly hit off of one side, the roof, down, and in.
While being able to do nothing about
yeah,
it. I've been there
helpless.
many a times before in this game. Oh, putting some pressure on there. Nice, decent shot on.
There's nobody downfield. There's nobody downfield, but the ball's not in a position to try to score. And luckily enough for you, Astro had to concede space and time just to try to get the mega boost. So Josh trying to make sure that the ball stays over here. Soft touch won't land here for Astro. Steven looking for the clear, runs out of boost themselves. Astro there for the rotation. So Josh with a nice little touch makes sure that it stays over towards the orange side and catches the side boost as well. Luckily enough for Zapine, was still on the ground. Can deny the re-up of the boost there for Josh, but Astro's in a really good position to try to center it. Denied. Good attempt there for Zapine. Steven's also nearby to try to go for the clear and hits both the car and the ball simultaneously.
He was going to touch that ball no matter what.
Astro, juggle play. Steven, full boost.
Oh, nice.
Not even required to use any of said boosts. This is a nice little backwards flip kick. Will do just fine. Here comes the breakaway. Not just kidding. Josh is there for the touch and the denial once again.
Steven flying through the air, but no boost here, but still centers the ball up. Can Zapine? No, Zapine can't get there in time.
And I like that out of Zapine, just playing midfield, just knowing the onslaught that is Phillip O'Berry, and that is just a high-level juke play coming through from Josh. Watch this one more time. You have to have a lot of game time and insight to read this, to send it straight over Zapine, who, if was not already in the air, probably would have gone low, but just a nice little nudge to the right.
Yeah, the precision just on point there. And ball right into Phillip O'Berry's side here, but I'm sure that will change here shortly, as they've been keeping a ton of pressure on Palisades.
Yeah, I'll say. Steven, though, nice little bump. Almost got the clear, but smacked it right into the hood of Astro, and that's just going to maintain control. What a center from Astro. Can't get there in time is Josh, and now it's pushed over towards the opposite side. Good tech there for Astro, no boost, but was able to get back down towards their side of the field. Lickety split. Running out of boost, I should say, is Josh. The corner boost no longer available, as that's going to get yoinked. Palisades are in a really rough spot. They have no boost, but they're forced to play defense. Nice little bump there. Keeps Astro honest on this score attempt. Josh again, looking for the centering. Astro's in a really good position to maybe try to go for the score, but Zapine there for the clear.
Yeah, just Palisades sitting in their goal here. It's going to be hard to get around that. Palisades going to finally clear it out here, though. Get it into Phillip Berry's side. Maybe they can center the ball up here. Oh, the ball centered up, but oh, I think he got bumped off a course there, did Zapine. But Steven still centering up again. If Zapine is there, nope, just can't get the touch on him.
Just a little bit too high, and then Zapine, he's stuck inside the goal. He's got no boost. I guess unforced error coming through off of Josh's touch allows both Palisades members to recollect themselves, not only with boost, but also on their side of the field. But that was a really scary moment for Palisades. Phillip O'Berry now feeling the heat. Demolition's going to occur. Power play here. 1v2. Steven's about to respawn. Phillip O'Berry looking for the breakout moment. Astro trying to recenter themselves. Takes the corner boost away from Steven, who does get the bump at the clear. Yeah, and it looked like on Phillip O'Berry's side there just was like a little bit of maybe lack of communication by Palisades, because they were both right on the ball, and there could have been maybe a bit of a setup happening, but it doesn't matter when things like this happen. Oh my gosh, this is a free goal. Wide open net there for Steven. I'm not sure what happened to lead to that, but it looked like up top there.
Maybe just a missed hit?
I think both Phillip O'Berry members were like fighting over top of each other, and when Josh touched the ground, didn't have any boost. And yeah, that touch was a weird one, but hey, 1 goal lead nonetheless.
Yeah, we got a match here now. Oh, Steven. Oh my gosh. Almost own goaling there.
No boost for Josh. Astro sitting at just half tank, but still comes flying in like a wombat for the touch and the pressure to boot. Under 90 seconds remain here. Palisades looking to at least tie up this series, let alone this game. But the ball is just existing on their side of the field.
Yeah, it's hard to score when that's the case, right?
Yeah, also good tech again for Astro, just making sure that they could use that flip reset, get back down towards their side of the field. Palisades will see the ball on their side. Josh looking for a nice little snipe, gets the bump, but from the opposite side, here comes Steven for the clear. Astro looking to keep this in an advantageous position for Phillip O'Berry, but they're kind of overextending. Astro able to at least get the mega boost just in the nick of time. Get in the position to try to deny that ball from getting closer towards their goal. Astro, nice touch, but just a little bit too far on the outside to set up a teammate.
Steven here now with control of the ball. See right there, both playing on the ball, but oh no, somebody flying in from Phillip O'Berry there to stop it. But I thought they maybe had a little bit of an opportunity there to have a breakaway, but now it's looking to be the opposite. But
nice defense for Steven.
Yeah, Steven coming in clutch.
Zapine. Oh, can't get to the ball in time. And you can just play defense if you want to, if you are Phillip O'Berry, but another shot on goal gets denied by Steven. Have to keep the ball in the air, and the ball's currently on the floor. That's not a good look for Palisades as Phillip O'Berry will win game number 2. It wasn't a massive scoreline compared to what we had in game number 1, but a dub's a dub.
So I guess maybe they've filled each other out a little bit, and they kind of know maybe how to counter each other a little bit better here. 2-1 instead of 8-3 or whatever it was before. But still, Phillip O'Berry, massive shot on goal advantage here. I mean, I don't know what you do if you're Palisades.
I think it just mostly comes down to recognizing when you're in the advantage. And I know that that's really hard to do when you are in Rocket League because, let's be candid, a lot of us never really take the camera off the ball camera. So you don't really get a feel for your surroundings. But there comes a lot of advantageous positioning for Palisades because Phillip O'Berry keep tripping over top of each other. The biggest difference is that both Josh and Astro are trying to center the ball continuously for each other, but when it's midfield, both Josh and Astro are tripping over each other continuously, and how about it? Steven through the opening breakoff only took 5 seconds in Palisades. This is the first time all series long they have a lead.
Yeah, that's crazy to hear. But yeah, getting that opening goal right off the break, 5 seconds, that's a huge confidence booster here for Palisades. And I think to your point, like you're saying, kind of Phillip O'Berry tripping over themselves, but if Palisades maybe work a little bit more to play like Phillip O'Berry and trying to set each other up, maybe other than both playing the ball like that right there, they both kind of were there on the ball. One person should try to be setting the other up constantly, it feels like, when it's 2v2.
That is the literal goal. If you're on offense, I'll play midfield there for the center. We're on defense, one should be in the back of the goal, one should be on the chase.
Yeah.
So far, Phillip O'Berry, I mean, they haven't really had to worry about the macro because they've just been mechanically better than Palisades. But Palisades with a 1-0 lead could just go for dramatic touches, and they should be able to win this game. But you have to do that for 4 minutes straight versus a Phillip O'Berry team that's been very good offensively.
Yeah, Palisades is going to have to use that goal to try to ride this momentum.
Awkward touch there for Josh. But again, look at Astro's positioning. Yeah, gives it up, actually. So here you go. Here comes the center. Spot down from the ceiling, but Palisades members were in the area.
Free.
Now Zapine. It's so free. Just narrowly gets in towards the goal. I mean, it was almost looking like it was about to get reflected off that post, but hey, Zapine gets goal nonetheless, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Pumas.
Yeah, I got super worried there for a minute, but yeah. Pretty free goal, I guess. My man's is a Lightning McQueen fan, doesn't even know his name.
I do know Lightning McQueen. and the only reason why I do is I do a lot of iRacing, as you know. And you always know who you need to be terrified of because they're either in a Red Bull livery, because they're a big Max Verstappen fan, or they have a Lightning McQueen livery on. And those are always your mortal enemies. Gotcha. I digress. 3 minutes, 35 seconds, still plenty of ball game left. Phillip and Barry find themselves down in a bad way.
When do we throw in Rocket League on the racing sim?
That would be crazy. Could you imagine like full 360 gyro Rocket League?
I'm here for it. Let's do it at States.
Yeah, just like what, like a cool like $50,000
No big deal.
Again, both chasing the ball, getting in each other's way, but I mean the clear comes through regardless, if you can even call it that. But on POV, really need to reconsider how they're approaching this entire game.
Oh, there's a free goal too.
I mean, that's an approach.
That's, I mean.
Who needs communication?
I called it free, but that was an insane angle to hit there.
Sure was. Gets that
and
very heavy boost off the hood. That is the second most impactful part of the car, if I am remembering correctly, from the front bumper. Just gets a lot of speed boost there off of full boost. So bring this within one.
Oh, wow.
And how about it? Josh, my guy, calm down. Just through the opening touch, too.
Yeah, I mean, just flying through the air there. Nobody in any kind of position to stop it.
Brother, ugh.
All right, well, we got a game. Let's see if Palisades can stop. Uh-oh.
Oh. I mean, if Astro had any semblance of boost, I feel like that might go in a different way, but nice little stop from Zapine. Steven, no. Not the touch he was looking for. Astro out of nowhere from the top ropes. Other phrases. Golly, where did he come from?
Man, right when Palisades was looking like they were going to start putting some stuff together to put it back to this Phillip O'Berry team, just Josh doing Josh things.
Off of a doink start. This time it will be Palisades to get the opening break off. Looking for the centering, but nice rotation coming through from Josh because of course it is. Astro now with an opportunity. Steven had absolutely no boost, was running on empty yesterday.
Ooh.
And at least the clear is there. But now here comes another break-off moment for Josh. A soft touch inside the goal from Steven means that it's still on the orange side.
Yes, in this 2v2, it just feels like there's a very clear, you got to pick offense, you got to pick defense kind of situation going on. And you need your guys to be lined up. Like right here, we got both guys together, playing defense together. Now we've got an offensive push, so spread out.
Oh, wow. I didn't think that that touch was going to do it, but it just barely hits off the upper ring of the net. Can't get the swat down, but it's all right, Zapine, because your teammate Steven's there to make it a tie ball game once again.
Yeah, see, just putting that together, like getting the people in position, because Zapine almost hit an insane goal there, but having Steven there to clean that up is just, that's what you need at this point. And they tied the ball game back up, so let's see if they can get this momentum going. And that'll do it. that'll keep it going. So now if we can get, I guess, some good defense out of them as well, they got this game locked up.
And that's a bold call for Zapine because he wasn't the original member for the breakoff that he gave away at the net. And they could have offered an opportunity for the other Phillip O'Berry member that wasn't stuck in the opening break themselves. But take the gamble, get all the chips. Palisades have a 1-goal lead.
And now Palisades just turning up the pressure. Seems like the ball's sitting around this goal constantly. And see, they've got the spacing here that they should be having. Oh, and a nice little touch, but just barely missing.
Astro looking for a juggle downfield. Steven looking for the interception, does so. Josh has no boost. Neither does Astro. And they're looking for a play here. Astro does get a mega boost. Working down midfield. Zapine trying to move the ball downfield himself, and the mega boost is going to get yoinked away. So shouldn't be a score opportunity, you'd reckon, and not going to be the case at all.
Where was Steven in that?
He's just playing midfield, expecting for the rotation. 60 seconds remain.
Yeah, coming down to the wire here.
Oh
Sabine.
my. Oh my. Okay.
Ooh, he was trying to do some crazy stuff.
Got a little bit higher. Astro didn't have enough boost to try to meet him acrobatically. Steven there for the clear. Josh for the deny. He just messes up his movement ever so slightly, but Josh gets a very nice touch. Zapine will meet him. Josh runs out of boost. 30 seconds remain.
Definitely feels like there's a lot more teamwork happening out of Palisades right now. And I think that that's probably leading them to having the goal advantage here.
Oh, no. Steven should be there for the touch. Just sends it towards the side of the field. Off the ceiling. Astro, no boost. Over towards the corner. 8 seconds remain. Phillip Berry looking for the 3-0, but they'd have to force it to overtime first. Josh gets bumped midair. Astro needs to catch it and keep it in the air. It's at least doing one of those two things, but Zapine will be there for the targeted demo onto Josh. Means that there was no assistance downfield for Astro, so Palisades take game number 3. We're at least going to game 4.
Yeah, and I mean, I know the score hasn't necessarily reflected it, but it does kind of seem like these guys are a little bit closer than it seems like they are. Palisades proving there that they're game, they can take a match off of you guys if you're Phillip O'Berry. Yeah, I mean, I think Palisades just kind of has to keep doing what they're doing. It feels like they're clicking a little bit better now than they were in the first 2.
And I want to go back to something that you talked about. It's the macro, it's the team play that we're seeing from the Pumas comparatively to Phillip O'Berry. Now, I don't deny individually Phillip O'Berry in a 1v1 versus either one of these Palisades members, they'd probably beat them.
Yeah.
But in a 2v2, tripping over each other constantly, this is what we were talking about. The alterations of the gameplay that Palisades needed to adjust to, they're starting to find their footing now.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about the spacing, it seems like, with these 2v2s. And Palisades may have found the equation.
Yeah. Boost advanced. All right. The advantage was there for Palisades in a moment's time, but Phillip O'Berry do a great job at just oppressing the ball to be on the Palisades
nice
side.
shot.
Nice
Oh,
shot
he
comes
saved
through
it.
Astro. He did barely even use any boost again in that position, and now the advantage is Phillip O'Berry's again, but a bad touch from Astro. So Steven will be in a position to at least get that touch. Josh is downfield, expecting for the defense, gets the swat down. And Zapine, good luck trying to read that one. The ball just gets centered again, but look, they're tripping over each other again.
Yeah. I cannot believe that that save came through earlier. That was so close. It was great teamwork there by Palisades. Making the stop here. Steven leading the charge, throwing it over to Zapine.
Steven looking for a play downfield. Zapine nowhere to be found. He's trying to get the corner boost on their side of the field. And it allows Astro and Josh from Phillip O'Berry to try to make a play, but it's a return to sender. Reverse Uno card. Ka-chow back into the goal. Palisades score first in game 4.
Now flipping back over to Phillip O'Berry, it's like you need to maybe kind of figure out when that offense-defense flip's happening, because right there, that was just a case of you're being too aggressive, too far forward. Didn't realize that Palisades got the advantage on you there, and then just kind of a free goal for Palisades. Oh, and the break
Was there, but Steven was midfield, not in a position to try to tap that ball into the back of the blue net. Astro, nice touch. Sends it all the way back down the field. Zapine, able to get that corner boost. At least Josh in a really bad spot. You have a combined 20 boosts, and Astro uses all of it just trying to set up a shot on goal, but now it's stuck on Palisades' side. A lot to do if you are Josh on defense, and he will get that bump, will get that clear. Zapine trying to recenter it now. Steven trying to get in a position to try to score, but Astro will get that mega boost. At least make sure that the ball will not go into the back of their net and just throws it right back into the wall. Astro downfield. Not a whole lot of boost, but a lot of wit. Unable to get past Zapine.
Oh, that was a great shot there.
Oh, good targeted bump there from Zapine again. Just knocks Josh out of the area. It's
just bullies him.
Back
Oh
and
my
forth.
gosh.
It gets ponged in between the two cars, but you'll see it from Steven's perspective once again. Astro really thought that he was going to get the better of him, but the soft touch wasn't going to be good enough on the re-hit for Astro.
Yeah, Steven with all that boost coming in there, flying like a rocket, and just bullying the ball into the goal there. So break goes to Palisades here again. who now 2-0 lead here. So it definitely feels like the momentum has shifted towards Palisades. They've figured out what they needed to be doing here in this 2v2. They're starting to click as a team.
Just finding the advantages when Phillip or Barry are too busy tripping over one another. Again, individually, they're fantastic. But we need to see some team play being utilized here. And Astro had a really good center, but Josh didn't have any boost. Astro now has the full boost. Has to get the entire clear. The side boost will get taken there by Steven. Josh looking for a little bit of a bump, but it's a bad touch. It stays over towards Astro. The bump midair comes through from Steven, but it's just a bit to the left. Astro now looking for the clear. No boost. Looking for the corner. Can't get it. And the ball again cleared over towards Phillip Berry's side.
Oh, what a touch. And what a save as well.
Demo's going to occur. Josh trying to move it downfield. Running out of boosts. Doesn't elect to go for the boost. And now that player that was previously demoed has been back. In towards the goal. Zapine looking for the clear. Knocks it way high up in the air. Palisades still maintain this 2-0 lead when there's 90 seconds to play.
And I'm seeing, too, like, I feel like I'm learning that meaningful touches are probably very important when it comes to this game. Like, sometimes you just want to maybe touch it because you feel out of desperation, but especially with a limited boost, you need to make sure that your touches are counting for something.
Most solo queue Rocket League players will tell you one thing that they run into constantly and one thing that they probably succumb to more often than not is ball chasing. And that will lead to a lot of bad touches, and we have seen a lot of that from Phillip Berry, who have, I wouldn't say run out of steam, but really run out of just setting themselves up for opportunities. I don't even know if there's a one-word phrase for that, but Josh will get that bump midfield. Send it back over towards Palisades side. Who are down in a bad way. Steven has no boost, but didn't need it for the save.
They heard us talking, and he just was about to come out with a hero play there. But, again, Steven in perfect positioning to make that stop.
Nice little play there. Make sure that Zapine can't move it downfield. Josh maintaining presence over towards Palisades side of the field. Zapine has full boost, but it's another bad touch, and Astro's not in a position to try to get that goal. Full boost now for Steven. It's moving downfield, and Josh had nothing in the tank to try to get there in time. A 3-0 lead for Palisades in Game 4.
Yeah, unfortunate little touch there by him, but I think that was probably going in no matter what, right?
Oh, yeah. He wasn't going to get there in time. I don't even, like, with boost would be the only way that he was going to be able to get there and try to drift and pivot to knock the ball over towards their corner. But how about this? 3-0 for Palisades after getting mollywopped in game number 1, winning game number 3, and with a statement in game number 4. Their macro play has been stellar, and how about the isolated play from Steven? Passes it to himself, puts the cherry on top with goal number 4.
Yeah, I mean, Palisades just full on have come on here. They are clicking on all cylinders. Phillip Berry is going to have a hard time stopping them. This Game 5 is going to be interesting.
It sure will be. It really does feel like momentum has shifted towards the orange side of the field. The Pumas looking darn good in the past 2 games. 5 seconds, and we're going to start talks about game number 5 and how Phillip Berry might have very much so lost the plot. Astro looking for a nice little heroic play, but it's just going to get swatted down. And how about the Pumas out of Palisades?
Yeah, so let's see what the stats. Steven just doing all the work, I guess. I mean, tons of shots on goal as well from Zapine, but looks like Steven's the one ended up putting most of them in. Josh, maybe, I don't know if he's necessarily falling off. I don't know why his score so low there. I guess just because of the saves coming out of Astro.
It's very possible.
They're going to have to start, like you said, they've got the mechanical skills individually. They're just going to have to put that together. I mean, they're going to have to focus more on the macro. And if they do, then I think this is going to be a very tight Game 5.
I think it's a safe phrase to say that Phillip Berry are beating themselves right now.
Yeah.
This very much so should have been a 3-0. They lost game number 3 by a single goal because they started tripping over top of each other. I will say this much. Zapine has also taken an ulterior motive when it comes down to dealing with one of the 2 members for Phillip Berry, and he's constantly targeting, not demos, but just bumping Josh out of the way. Josh will be there for at least the early engagement over by their side of the goal. It was a very good break off there for the Pumas.
Yeah, it looked like it was about to be dangerous, but nice save there by Josh.
Zapine there for the clear. Just trying to move it downfield ever so slightly. Steven now looking for a breakaway moment, but runs out of boost, so not too much is going to be coming of it.
Oh, wow. All over the net there, just not going through.
Having some latency issues here as the observer is trying to maintain presence inside the game, but they are facing every single bit of adversity. Packet loss, latency variation. We got to figure it out here, but the ball still plays on. 4 minutes, still a lot of time left here in this game number 5. The Palisades are working on this reverse sweep.
Bean flying through the air, but he can't clear the ball out. And Phillip Berry keeping the pressure on here.
Oh,
but
so close to a bicycle kick, and it could have been the difference. Luckily enough, that goal is not going to be had so far for Palisades, who beat it all the way back down towards the blue side. Astro, a nice little juggle coming through. Zapine trying to intercept, but Steven will be right there for the touch.
But then, okay, well, I was going to, the ball got kicked up a little bit. I thought he was going to have a bit of a free dribble down the field there, but.
This is mostly just funny watching like the rubber band effect coming through from the observing. I will not lie, but we're not really missing much of the action as we just keep on trading clear for clear. Astro no boost. We'll favor to get the corner boost, and we'll actually bait the attraction there for Steven, who won't be able to get that boost themselves. So has to reset all the way to the opposite side of the field. Centering opportunity coming through. Nice little bump coming through for Astro. That was Giga Brain.
I gotta see this replay.
Yeah, watch this. First he gets the original bicycle kick, gets the drift, bumps Zapine right in the schnozzle, and then bicycle kicks it right into the goal.
Just ends up in the perfect situation to just throw that bicycle kick in. He probably thought he got a gift there.
Break off is going to be 50-50.
Nice center there from Steven, but Zapine not in position yet.
Oh, nice little bump coming through there for Astro, who has to move downfield rather quickly. And instead of going for the boost, wanted the goal and won't be able to get it. Return shot coming through, but there comes the problems on not getting that boost on the initial play. Downfield is still down in a horrendous way. Astro picked up the boost, but Demo nonetheless. It comes down to Josh on trying to clear the ball. Steven trying to continue on with the pressure.
Wow.
Nice touch coming through for Zapine. Tie ball game here in game number 5.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we should have expected, I guess, out of the other games, right? Now these teams have kind of figured themselves out, it seems like, and they're just trading blow for blow.
Game 5 in a nutshell. Both teams, I'm sure, feeling the sweat, trying to maintain their records for this season. Still have plenty of game left. Steven, nice touch all the way downfield. Where's Zapine? Working midfield. Here comes the swat down. Zapine able to get the shot, and it is orchestrated to perfection as Palisades now have a 1-goal lead.
Initially, I thought that this first center there was going to be clutch, but then the re-center and Zapine coming in and cleaning it up with his signature Lightning McQueen Kachow. So Palisades goes up 1 here. Still plenty of time to play.
So much time, especially with how quickly we've seen some of these goals happen across the entirety of this best of 5. Clear's going to come through. It's a bump from Josh. Astro's going to bump Steven out of the way. Not a whole lot of boost on the side of Palisades. That corner boost was looking pretty good, but the goal still gets denied. Astro takes the mega boost away. You have a very unique advantage for Phillip Berry, but Palisades still able to clear the ball and are still able to maintain presence on Phillip Berry's side of the field. That was disastrous in writing, but Phillip Berry didn't know the advantage they had.
Yeah, and Palisades having to get back there now. But nothing happening yet from the Phillip Berry side, and the ball right back to their side of the field.
Astro has to get the clear. Does take the boost away. That's a big resource out of the way for Zapine. Steven has the majority of the boost for the Pumas. Josh playing inside of the goal. No! Wanted just the single hop, was not predetermined that the ball could have bounced over his forehead, and it's an easy goal for Zapine.
You gotta wonder how much of that's planned.
Probably less than 10%.
It's either 5D chess or you're just making the best out of a situation, I guess.
I'll take either.
Yeah.
Either
goal's
way,
a goal.
yeah, goal's a goal. Exactly. And it's a 2-goal lead now for Palisades. Still plenty of game left. Demo's going to occur, but the ball's not on their side of the field, and yeah. Okay.
Oh,
what?
Did he miss it?
He did.
Oh, and he
Can't get
missed.
the return. Josh, he has the corner boost. He will touch that first. Zapine, though, keeping the pressure on, and it allows Steven to reinsert themselves on this side of the field.
You got to take advantage of that if you're Phillip Berry. You're going to feel a little silly if you're Palisades not putting that in.
Wow, what a shot, and what a save out of Astro. Can he make this play happen? It's all the way downfield. Steven, uses a lot of boosts just to put themselves in a position to deny the goal from happening, as we're down to 35 seconds, and Phillip still need 2.
Yeah, it's a little bit of crunch time right now. Phillip is going to have to put on the pressure, and there's a free goal. He's just drive right down the field, dribbles it all the way across the field on top of his car.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Watch him catch it here, and then just dribbles it. Like you said, no help required, no acrobatics required, just ball on hood in net.
Man, they just wanted me to start biting my nails, don't they? One goal game right now, 30 seconds left. Phillip is going to have to put it in to tie it up here to take it into OT.
Palisades again with another great break-off. Sapine's going to be able to get that mega boost. Josh on their side of the field is able to get the denial. Steven's not in a position to try to keep this in Palisades' favor, but still rests on their side of midfield. Josh uses every single boost possible, and Sapine's going to deny the mega boost. Astro also has no mega boost, albeit Palisades have possession of the ball in a 1-goal lead. 6 seconds remain. Phillip trying to score this goal, send it to overtime, but they got to keep the ball airborne. Josh, a lot to do. We saw the juggle previously. 75 boosts here for Astro, who's going to be able to get the juggle, but the smack comes through, and the ball touches the ground. It's a reverse sweep, and Palisades win the day.
Wow, Palisades pulling that one off. They woke up after those first couple matches, and they said, it is our time to keep our record where it is. I mean, holy crap. And Zapine and Steven both. I mean, both playing great games. Like, they're a better team players, I think, at the end of the day.
You look from like left to right, and like realistically, like the numbers besides the score aren't really too far gone from each other. I mean, like, yeah, the more saves for Steven comparatively to Josh, but the goals are really what I'm looking at, and it's like the proactivity. I mean, you had like the one Herculean effort out from Josh when he dribbled it all the way across the field, but you go back and you really watch a lot of these goals, maybe -1 from Zapine that was very much so by themselves. It always felt like that there was an ebb and flow to what Steven and Zapine from Palisades were looking for. And again, another reason why we continue to sing so many praises of the school. Their macro across every single esport that we've seen so far is so good.
Yeah, they got somebody over there studying all these games.
For real.
And trying to tell them how to implement all this stuff, because they clearly have a lot of these games figured out. And I mean, like we said, they started out kind of maybe not necessarily seeming like they had it figured out, but then something clicked, and they got it figured out. They got it done.
Yeah. Hearing the adaptations, being able to implement said adaptations and rectify a lot of the issues that they were facing back in game number 1. I mean, like, 8-4 was game number 1. This was a 2v2 through 5 games. And then we had a 1-goal differential. POB now up on match point. Winning by 1 was Palisades, and then they shut them out 3-0 game 4, and then a statement made there by Zapine and Steven with another 1-goal win in game number 5. A spectacle, to say the least. I'm sure that they're feeling very, very happy with themselves and happily going to tell their third teammates, like, hey, albeit we missed you, we still got the W, my friend. So we got a couple leaderboards just to talk about as well, about where every single region is currently located at. Audrey Kell, nobody's surprised, is up there with Rocky River. Lincolnton High School, how about that? 3-0 start for them as well. The esports legends, everybody fears them, but they are quite good. Also at the top of the pecking order as well. Still plenty more Rocket League to play through the season.
And where are we at? Palisades? It's so quick. I'm so old and slow. I can't see that. I can't see it with my old eyes fast enough. But yeah, tons of teams here. Looks like we got 8 teams, 3-0, still undefeated.
Palisades lost that game that we were casting over them last week, so they dropped. They're still at 2-1, but very much so still within playoff contention. I'm sure of it. POBA, that is actually their first loss as well, so they're actually going to be tied right there with Palisades. The only difference is that those were the only 3 maps that POB have lost so far.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, POB clearly coming out strong, and a little bit of a funky week, I guess, because it was a 2v2. But once they get back to full squads, I'm sure that they'll continue on their successes.
Yep.
So
totally the case. We got Lumberton Senior High over there in Sand Hills. SEA Tech are undefeated flawlessly so far. Have not dropped a single game throughout the entirety of the regular season. Same could be said for Piedmont Charter, and then East Forsyth and West Forsyth. Both their A schools. They are all undefeated respectfully there in the Western region without dropping a single game. But Rocket League, again, beloved by all, very tough to master. We're going to be seeing the culmination of all of that as the weeks continue, as now we have officially reached our halfway mark.
For sure. And it seems like the matches are getting better and better. Like, this is probably my favorite one that we've seen so far. It's so close. Like, the reverse sweep. It had all the storylines going for it. Even though it wasn't a full team, it still was just super fun to watch.
I don't know how I'm going to regain fully, because this Thursday, back-to-back Game 5s between Myers Park versus Audrey Kell. Audrey Kell were able to win 3-0. Palisades able to get the reverse sweep 3-2 versus Phillip Phillip O'Berry, I mean, like, that within its own self is going to make me think twice about what I do on my Thursday night. And I hope it does the same for you, so that way you can go to the network platform and take a look at the Chief Beef videos, so that way you can go back and, implement that into your gameplay, and maybe we might see you at regionals and states. But as far as the schedule is concerned, like I was saying, this is the end of our week. As far as esports are concerned, we will have our recap stream tomorrow on this very same channel. Some STEM competitions also happening on this beautiful Thursday, but the week always starts, well, technically, I guess if you're European, it starts on Sunday, but here in America, we start on Monday, but the games start on Tuesday. Overwatch 2, NCAA College Football 2025, and then as you saw yesterday, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, all on the same YouTube channel here at VESL Updates. This has been a fantastic week so far for esports, and as the games continue to ramp on up, the competition will do as well. On behalf of everybody involved, for me and Trey here for the CMS region, we look forward to seeing you all and competing in your matches. We'll see you next week. I want you to know I saw everything that you were doing with these cats in my peripheral vision. You're a madman. Holy speedrun.